Welcome back, students. So this is the continuation of the mutations, and this is the last part of the mutation topic, and this is the most important part. The question may probably appear because of its importance with respect to human beings. So the topic is mutations in mitochondrial DNA. Mutations in mitochondrial DNA causing human disorders. So as we know very clearly, mitochondria is a very important part of any organism, as it is the one which produces energy and supplies to the entire body. And for that purpose, there is a specific genome which is present performing its role. And these gene products include about 13 or 70 proteins which are required for aerobic cellular respiration. Is it clear? So as all the energy comes from this mitochondrial aerobic cellular respiration, any disruption or any mutation or loss of mitochondria will potentially or severely will bring an impact on the organism. Okay, and the two important diseases are studied here. One is myoclonic epilepsy or ragged red fiber disease, which is referred to as MEERF. Okay, ragged red fiber disease or myoclonic epilepsy and ragged red fiber disease. Okay, so here as we know very clearly, it's a maternally inherited disorder, hence it is a maternal transmission. Only the offsprings of affected mothers inherit the disorder. Okay, only the offsprings of the affected mothers will inherit the disorder. The offsprings of the affected fathers are normal. Individuals with the rare disorders express ataxia, lack of muscular coordination, as this coordination, deafness, dementia, and epileptic seizures are very common in the individuals who inherit the disorders. 80% of the MERF cases are caused due to the mitochondrial gene called as MTTK, okay, thymidine kinase, which is connected with the mitochondria, MTTK gene. And this gene reduces the ability of the mitochondria's normal functioning, which results in producing proteins, using oxygen and producing energy, resulting in proteins which uses oxygen to produce energy. And this will in turn deficient the body from having enough of energy requirements, so that the brain and the muscles becomes very weak, and they result in ragged skeletal muscle fibers. Hence the name the mutation comes with the name called as ragged skeletal muscle fibers that exhibit blotchy red patches resulting from the proliferation of aberrant mitochondria. A very important terminology, remember. So in many cases, the brain function, which has a high energy demand, is affected in this disorder, leading to neurological symptoms. Okay, so remember, its inheritance pattern is very simple. It's maternally inherited, and it is called as through the maternal eggs, but not paternally inherited sperms. If all our children will inherit the mutations, in that case, all our daughter children will inherit the mitochondrial mutation, and our sons children are not at risk, because the mitochondria comes from his wife. Okay, so the mother of the individual with MERF usually as a mitochondrial mutation and may or appear apparent symptoms. Okay, they became apparent symptoms. Individual with MERF usually as a mitochondrial mutation and may or may not have apparent symptoms. Rarely an individual with MERF can get mutations during the lifetime, and that is called as the de novo mitochondrial DNA mutation, which may occur. Even in our case, sometimes the mutations may occur spontaneously, and those are not inherited. They are called as the mitochondrial de novo mutations. Is it clear? So this is one example which we have to be very thorough with respect to the mitochondrial mutations in case of human beings. The next example which we will be studying is with regard to the Leber's hereditary optopic neuropathy. Leber's hereditary optopic neuropathy. So remember, when there is mitochondrial mutation, two things are very common. One is with respect to the muscles, another one is with respect to the brain, because they are the one which has the highest number of highest number of mitochondria, and they are the one which requires highest energy too. So if there is any effect in case of mitochondria, these two components or these two systems will get affected in large amount. Hence, there is optopic neuropathy in case of this example. So, and this is referred to as LHON, LHON as a mitochondrial. This is also a mitochondrial pattern of mtDNA pattern of inheritance, where the mother sends the character to all her children's. So this mutation, again here the mutation is in case of mitochondria, ninhydrogenase 1, 4 left gene, and in the ninhydrogenase 6. So all these genes are either completely mutated or they may be deleted, or because of that reason this mutation occurs. Now, the most DNA is okay. So a significant percent of this mutation that causes LON do not develop any features of the disorder. Specifically, more than 50% of the male with a mutation and more than 85% of the female with a mutation never experience vision loss or related health problems. This is one benefit or option we have, where 50% males can have no mutations, no symptoms, and 85% of the females can have no features or symptoms. Is it okay? For unknown reasons, males are affected much more often than females. Okay. So these are the symptoms which we observe in case of neural optic neuropathy. Okay, so first one, so blur vision will start, and later on it continues, and at last both the eye will lose their visions. Okay, so next is, however, some families with additional signs and symptoms have been reported which related to neurological disorders. Okay, some affected with multiple sclerosis. So like that, there are the cardiac defects, because it also affects the muscles, there could be some muscular deficiencies also. Is it clear? So these are the two important disorders which we will be coming across with respect to the mitochondrial mutations in case of human beings. So be thorough with these two mutations if you, okay, and a question can be asked in this part for 5 marks, or you can say, okay, or we may have to write more with respect to cell biology, mitochondrial genome, and in the mitochondrial genome we have to represent these two disorders. Okay, so this ends up the entire mutational unit. So be thorough with all this informations.